my name is Christine King and welcome to our second class of the Bauman Wellness series. We're focusing on family wellness. Today I'm going to demonstrate how to make a healthful lunch. We're going to make zucchini and carrot ribbons or noodles with a delicious and a little bit of an alternative take on pesto. The recipe can be found in the Flavors of Health cookbook. So to make the pesto, you will need a blender. You don't need a high-speed blender, or a regular blender will do. But the base for this pesto is going to be cashews. Cashews are a really good source of protein and healthful fats. A very important part of a healthy lunch that's going to give you sustained energy for the rest of the afternoon. I'm also going to add some walnuts. Walnuts are really great. Also a good source of protein and fat, and they're particularly good for your brain. I'm going to add some basil, a delicious bright herb, a common ingredient in pesto. Also a great source of vitamins and minerals and antioxidants. Next, I'm going to add some green onion, which will add some nice zing, along with some garlic, which will add some great flavor to the pesto. Both are really important for a strong immune system. Next, I'm going to add some miso. This is white miso. Miso is full of probiotics, which are really good for a healthy digestive system. And I'm also going to add just a little bit of mustard to help bring out some flavor and add some great flavor depth to the pesto. I'm also going to add some nutritional yeast. Nutritional yeast is full of vitamins and minerals, a very good staple for a vegetarian diet. It also will add a nice cheesy flavor to the pesto, even though it's non-dairy and it's not actually cheese. I'm going to add some lemon juice, great source of immune boosting vitamin C, and it will also add some nice brightness. And then some olive oil, really good source of some more healthy fats. And it will add also some moisture to the pesto. And I'm going to add a pretty large pinch of salt. So once I've added my ingredients, I can turn my blender on and start making the beautiful pesto. The pesto's been blending for about 2 to 3 minutes on a very low speed. I did have to add some water, and I also decided to add a little bit of olive oil because it was too thick to blend in the blender. If you need to do this, because moisture levels can vary with pesto, be sure to add your oil and or water at a very slow pace. Now I'm going to try it. You want the consistency to still be quite thick, but just thin enough so it can be blended in the blender. It's bright, it's salty, it's rich, it's oily, it tastes delicious. I'm really excited to put it over the noodles that I'm going to show you how to make. Now we've made our beautiful, delicious pesto, I'm going to show you how to make noodles or ribbons out of carrot and zucchini. You can use a regular vegetable peeler and simply peel along the edge of the carrot, and you get these wide ribbons that are very narrow, so they're quite flexible. You can also do the same on a raw zucchini. They come off really easily with the zucchini. And there, after a while, you'll have a bowl full of wide zucchini and carrot noodles. You can also use something, but it's not a necessary tool if you don't have it, something called a julienne peeler. And what this is going to do is create even more of a spaghetti-like shape. So I take the julienne peeler and just slice the carrot, and it comes off in pretty even strips. It's really easy, and it makes beautiful formations. The zucchini being softer is even easier. You can make these noodles really quickly. So once I've made all the noodles out of my carrot and zucchini, I can just take some of my pesto that we made earlier and just ladle it on top. And then I'll mix it around. You want to make sure that your vegetable ribbons or noodles, whatever you want to call them, are nicely coated in the pesto. The pesto is a very important part of a healthful lunch. A healthful lunch will contain good fats, which come from the nuts in the pesto and the olive oil, protein as well from the nuts and also the nutritional yeast. And then also we'll find some carbohydrates in the vegetables. So today in this lunch, our carbohydrates are very colorful. Colorful carbohydrates, what a fun way to think of them. So as a part of lunch, don't forget to rehydrate. Some great options that will complement this meal really well are just some plain regular water or some herbal tea. It could be a single herb or a blend, whatever you like. Or you could drink a green or a white tea if you wanted something to give you a little bit more energy and warm. Here we have our beautiful play on noodles with pesto that make a really healthy, satisfying lunch. Lunch is a time where it's really important to refuel and rehydrate and relax. If you're at work, do try to get away from your desk for as long as you possibly can. Maybe eat lunch with a friend or a coworker. And if you're with the family, definitely try to take some time out of your day to eat lunch with your kids. Now, if your kids don't particularly fall for the play on noodles, you could also serve it to them in the form of a dip. Kids love to dip things. So you could just serve it in the form of some crudités, chopped up vegetables, and they could dip it in this pesto. You could also serve it with hummus, and if you wanted a heartier lunch, even though this is a complete meal, you could add a grain or maybe some smoked salmon, and it would really complement the dish very well.